Hello, my nature lovers, my mountain lovers and enthusiasts. Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, I'm going to take you to this mountain behind me. If you have been researching Queenstown, New Zealand, you definitely know which one that mountain is. It's the Remarkables mountain. And since it's winter and we just had an excellent snowfall a few days ago, we will definitely go skiing. I will show you how to get there, where to park, if you don't want to drive, what bus to take, and what lift to go to. Even if you're like the most beginner, that you have never actually stepped on skis, I will show you where to go. And even if you're the most advanced double black diamond skier and adventurer and crazy one, in the best possible way, I'm also going to show you what terrain is there and what lift to go to. So come with me. Let's go. Every magical day on the mountain begins with putting your goggles on. Let's start the day with the drive to the magic. The days I go skiing, I leave the house much earlier than usual to beat the traffic, and this morning I had this gorgeous surprise of full moon above the mountains. It was just glorious. Now it's August, so the days are a bit longer, but since it was Sunday, the traffic wasn't really heavy, and the first thing we are going to do is we are going to put some petrol. You can see it's gorgeous driving around Queenstown. Everywhere you look, it's just beautiful. The first stop is going to be BP station. The current price of petrol here in New Zealand, in Queenstown, is 302 cents a litre for 95. In the petrol station, you can stock up on some supplies to make your drive up more pleasant. You can get some coffee, and be very careful when you are leaving the petrol station. Keep in mind that in New Zealand you need to give priority to the people coming on your right, and if you have never driven on the left side, you have to be extra vigilant, because at the same time there are also a lot of drivers that have never driven on the left hand side. Look, in front of us is the Remarkable Mountains. The ski field is on the other side, so you're not going to see it from here, but it's glorious. It goes up to 2,800 meters. It rises dramatically, and you can see it basically from most places around Queenstown. Queenstown itself, it's about 300 above sea level, 300 meters. We are driving through the cones. There's been a lot of road works around Queenstown, but then at the same time, when I've traveled around, I can see that it seems everywhere around the world now they're doing road renovations. Here to the left is the airport, very close to the BP station, so if you're getting a car rental and you want to return it, you can also put some petrol in that BP station. We are not very far from the Remarkables turnoff. This is the Kelvin Heights turnoff, and then we keep driving. It's probably about 5 minutes if there is no traffic from the BP station. The limit of the speed in New Zealand is 100 at the most. Here we are turning into the Remarkable ski area. There is a very large car park where you can leave your car, or you can drive up to the top. It's about 20 minutes drive to the top. However, if you're not a confident driver and you have never driven in winter conditions, or you're not comfortable driving up windy roads, then you should leave your car down here. You can hitch a ride with someone. I personally pick up a lot of hitchhikers, people that leave their car here and they take their skis or board. If I've got space in my car, I definitely pick them up. or you can buy a bus ticket. Currently this year it seems to be $35 return. Here you can catch the bus on this bus stop. The road is very windy. You can see there is a sign there on the left. There are very sharp turns as well in places of 360 degrees. So a lot of the local people, even I know, are a little bit hesitant driving up. But I mean, a lot of us have overcome the fear and we're doing it. We drive up with a lot of confidence. The road can also be dangerous if there has been a snowfall. Just around here, many times, if there has been a snowfall, they pull you over and they check that you have got your chains. You might not suspect that you would need chains, because as you can see, the road is very, very clear. They maintain it very well, but we still don't know what's happening up the top, because we are gaining elevation. Here we are only at about 350 meters above sea level, and there up the top we are probably at 1,500 meters elevation. So the sun is rising, the road is beautiful, but I'm actually focusing not on the scenery but on the road. The scenery is super tempting to look at, but this curvy road doesn't let me look at the scenery very much. However, if you're the one driving next to the driver or at the back, you can enjoy the scenery. It's around 8 o'clock in the morning, early August, to be precise, probably about 8:20, because I started going up quite late this morning. And you can see it's quite light, you can see very well. Many times in winter when I'm driving up in July, I try to start climbing up at about 7:30 in the morning, especially if it's during school holidays, so I can be on the top about 8:30, have my breakfast in the cafe, relax, put my skis on, and be ready to start skiing at 9 o'clock. But today I left a little bit late, not just because it was Sunday, but because I had a bit of work. And anyway, it is going to be a glorious day, and I'm expecting a lot of people to be up the mountain, because we have had a snowfall on Friday, and yesterday there were a lot of people on Saturday. So my expectation is that today is going to be a little bit like school holidays. School holidays means that the field is pretty busy. We're halfway up the mountain and traffic is definitely building up. The sun is blinding a little. They've put a lot of grid on the road, which makes it less slippery. You can see also a bus. This is one of the buses that take people up the mountain and down, of course. Having snow down at this level is always good news, and that means that there is good snow up on the ski field. And as I said before, we have just had a snowfall. You can see there is no actual snow on the road, but we still need to be very careful. Maybe ahead there is something. So here they were asking whether the car is a four-wheel drive or two-wheel drive, because all the two-wheel drives have been asked to put chains. So this guy in front of me has just come out of the bay with his chains. So keep that in mind. Although it doesn't look frosty, you should be safe. If you like off-piste skiing, you can ski down any of these mountains if there is enough snow. Currently we haven't had much, but we are hoping for more in August and September. All these years September has been marvelous. So we have now parked, and yeah, so we're just gonna get the bus up to the building, to the main building, and to the main ski lifts. There in the distance you can see the bus is waiting and people are queuing up, so we're gonna get that bus. It's free for everybody that is up here, and you just get your gear and you go up. Okay, all ready to go. Already put my boots on. So we're just gonna go and get the bus. Since the day is going to be pretty busy and we saw the cars coming up, of course we need to queue up for the bus. Look, the sun is up, the view is beautiful. In the distance that's Lake Hayes, and we have arrived at the base building. We are getting our skis and we are gonna get in. It's quite busy, people everywhere. You can buy your ticket here if you haven't got one already, a ski ticket. You can rent equipment. You can also store your belongings. You can go to the bathroom, which is usually quite busy at this time of the morning, but there is another one upstairs in the cafe. And here to the left are the lockers. You can buy a locker and put your things in here. Alternatively, I'll show you what else you can do. From the base building we go upstairs to the ski field, or you can go to the restaurant, have some breakfast, chill, charge your phone, work if you're not skiing. And this is the other alternative for your bags. You can hang them here on this fence. Then we left the bag and now let's get to the lift, finally. At the Remarkables, all the lifts start next to the base building, and this one is the one to the left when you turn your back to the base building. It is called the Sugar Bowl, and it offers terrain for beginners, intermediate and advanced. Here we are passing above one of the ski pistes. This building here is used by a lot of young ones to jump off it. Now we are passing above one of the other runs, which is a blue run. Sometimes it's red and sometimes it's black, depending on how icy it is. The beginning of the Sugar Bowl, just when you get off the lift, is a green run, and then the green run continues. But then, as you can see these mountains behind, if they get enough coverage, a lot of people love walking up them and jumping off rocks, doing off-piste skiing, doing powder skiing. Up ahead where I'm pointing, you can see a blue run, and that's from the other lift, Curvy. And the one which is under it, that looks like a cat truck, and is the one, the green run from Sugar. We have also got a lot of snow guns. But now let's head towards that sunny part. It's 10 o'clock now. And the queues are getting longer. The view is gorgeous. Now this is Curvy Basin. It's good for intermediate and expert. We are on the Curvy Basin lift, and what you see to the right are all the conveyor belts for the novices. This gully here is also skiable if there is enough snow. It's a lot of fun. Not sure if you noticed, but we have got 3 people here that are actually walking up the hill. There are a lot of people that walk up with their skis and then they come down. Just under the lift here we are passing this beautifully groomed green terrain, which is accessible through Curvy, and it's also accessible through Alta, where we are going to go after. And There to the left, you can see one of the blue runs of Curvy. We are just off the lift in Curvy, and you can see that track and someone actually walking there. People get their skis and snowboards, they walk up and then they come down there to the right. But we are going to do something far easier than walking up that hill. We are going to ski down together to the ice bar where you can relax. I want to take you to the ice bar that you can access from Curvy. Yeah, Curvy Basin is the only lift that you can take to this ice bar. They sell some drinks, they sell some snacks, and it's the best place to be on a day like today. I mean, it doesn't need any words.
1, 2, 3. Now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. I say, now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. Like a clown, just look at me. When you wear your high boots with your hip leather suit, it's alright.
But we can't be chilling all day here because we need to ski. I need to show you around. So our next destination is the beginner lift, Alta. The Alta lift is the oldest one and the slowest, and it's the only beginner lift. You can see there on the right there is a tunnel as well, which is for the absolute beginners, and one of these tunnels also connects from the base building to the Alta lift. I'm gonna take you through that tunnel shortly. So the Alta has got the green terrain, which is to the left of the lift. We are not gonna see it from here. We rode above it before. And to the right there, you can see where some people are coming down. That's the blue run. It's probably my favorite run. As I promised, here we are coming through the tunnel. If you're just starting to learn how to ski, this is where you're going to be going. So this is the absolute basic tunnel. It's called the magic carpet, and you just make it to the beginning. You step on the carpet and the carpet takes you to the top. And in the meantime, you can enjoy the view. You can see how people are falling around you or how they're succeeding. And this one is just next to the base building. Here we are coming off. Careful. And voila! We have arrived at the Alta lift. Our next destination is Shuttle Basin, which is our newest lift. It is to the right when your back is towards the base building. It is really, really fancy. They installed it last year, 2024. You just step on that carpet, everything is look with lights. It's the most comfortable chair on the mountain. But the terrain that you can access from that newest lift is also the most complicated one. It caters for intermediates, blue runs. You've got red runs and you've got black and black diamond runs. So if you're not intermediate or above, don't go on that lift because some of the terrain is quite challenging. It can get quite icy. As you can see, this is from the lift. We haven't got much snow this year, but if you have snow, you can actually go down that mountain. This is the cat truck that takes you to the beginning of the lift, and from here you can see the other terrains as well. The coverage is very average. When it's good, you can ski all of that. That's why I love this lift. I love that mountain. We're at the top. There you can also walk up to that hill. That hill is actually a mountain top, and this is what you see on the other side. So your patience and perseverance is rewarded. Look at that view. And back to the top of Shadow Basin. That's a red run called Shady Lady, and there's some black runs there. There are competitions there for people that jump from rocks and do some special flips. And this is nothing to do with flips. Down here is the cat track that gets you to the bottom, and the tussocks that have not yet been covered. There you can see people skiing. Those are all blue runs. One of my favorite runs. But they can get a little bit icy. That one that I'm pointing to is the top where you can get also over to the other side to home run. There's the Shady Lady again, the blue runs, and here is one of the runs that can be marked black sometimes, that one. But if you're a confident blue run skier, I would really recommend you try it. It's challenging, but it's very, very nice and satisfying. This is actually one of my most favorite runs on the mountain. It usually doesn't get very busy, but if you don't have much confidence, don't venture down because you will just end up sliding down. It can get quite icy and it's a little bit challenging, but if you want to challenge yourself as a blue run skier, just give it a try. And there to the right you can see the black runs. It can get really nice coverage there, and then you can even go on the other side of that ridge. You can see some people have already been there, some brave ones, and one of those brave ones is coming up. And we're still standing just underneath that blue run that I showed you before. There you can see Lake Hayes again, and to the other side you can see the rest of the ski field. That's the sugar bowl there that we went to before. Now the sun is shining on it, so it's nicer. That terrain there is also all skiable. So we're just going to take the cat track here behind us and go down to the main building for lunch. Oh, somebody's climbing behind me. They just came down that mountain that I showed you before. Alrighty. This is another one of my most favorite places on the mountain, especially on a day like today. It is the deck next to the main building. You can see the whole mountain. You can relax under the sun. And this is inside. If you haven't brought your lunch or water, you can fill up water there at that water station. It's very economical and ecological. And if you would like to get some lunch, there are quite a few options. This is where all the cooked lunches are. This is station number 1 for food, and on the other side there is another station for food as well. It's a bit faster this. And back to skiing after lunch. This is what you see from the top of Curvy. Gorgeous view. And this is our last run for the day. This is next to the jumping park on Sugar. We will head down to the car with the bus. What a day! So my skier and snowboarder buddies, hopefully you enjoyed our day today at the Remarkables. It was just fantastic, wasn't it? Tops for climate, tops for everything. So we did go through all of the runs. We saw all of the lifts, and if you have any questions regarding the lifts, regarding the difficulties of the terrain, just let me know. Today not everything was skiable, of course, but that's just how the weather is. So look forward to hearing from you and reading your comments about your favorite part from today, and if you want me to do any more content, or if you've got any questions regarding the Remarkables or Queenstown. Write down if you want me to do any more videos about Queenstown and what part exactly you're interested in, if you're planning to come here. And let us know if you have been to Queenstown, if you have been to the Remarkables, and what was your favorite part. If you like it, if you like the video, give me a little thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, that would be great as well. Until the next time. Actually, if you want to see the drive down to the Remarkables, which I'm about to do now after the day of skiing, check the other video as well, just here. Bye. And if you've reached the end of the video and you're wondering where that intro was made, well, the noise that you hear is from the lodge, and the background is real. It is not a green screen. This is Lake Wakatipu and the Remarkables mountain, and I'm at the gondola skyline, the most iconic place in Queenstown.